Hey, what's up, guys? This is Rogue from 41 Sports, back at you with some more NFL content. Today, I'll be discussing the Tua Tagovailoa NFL controversy between the NFLPA, the NFL, and the Miami Dolphins, and how everything was handled, which clearly I'm in the boat that it was not clearly handled very well. I'll get into that in just a second, but judging by reactions and stuff of the NFL and the NFLPA doing a joint investigation into this, I just think that Tua's injury was not handled well, and especially with the concussion protocol rules in effect and everything. I just think that there's got to be some place where they have got to hold people accountable for misdiagnosing concussions as back or ankle injuries. I mean, it's not. I mean, clearly, when you look at Tua getting hit, it's clearly not a back or ankle injury because, as you can tell, when he hits the ground, it's a very sudden whiplash injury, and you can see his head slamming the turf. Like it's brutal, man. Like it's just brutal, and he gets up afterwards, and he stumbles around and tries to and has to be held up by his offensive lineman. I mean, that's not a back or ankle issue. I know Tua claims it was because after the game he said that his back had locked up on him earlier, and that's what caused him to lose his balance and drop to the ground. But if you look at the replay, that is not at all what happened. Like the replay's coming up here in just a second, but that's not all what happened. Like as you can see here, Tua's going down and his head whiplashes and hits the ground very hard. Now as you can see, he gets up and he stumbles around a bit and shakes his head, and literally right there. That's not a back or ankle injury. I mean, he's literally having to be held up by his offensive line. That's more or less, to me, a head injury, and a severe head injury at that. Like, it's not good for the Miami Dolphins. But as of today, the NFLPA did fire the third party neurologist who did Tua's head examination in week 3. And right there, I mean, Tua should not have been playing in this game, man. Tua should not have been playing. Like, he's right there on the ground. And as you can see, I mean, his fingers tell you the whole story. Like, that's neurological stuff going on inside of his head, where his fingers are all fenced up and they are all winced up and they're just locked up. I mean, it was a scary sight to see because I was watching it live and I thought, why would you even bring Tua Tagovailoa back out onto the field 4 days after he just had a traumatic head injury, as you can see right here? I mean, he goes down and his head again slams and hits the turf, just like what happened the previous week against Buffalo. But I mean, it's bad, man. I mean, how they handled it was awful. I mean, Mike McDaniel has got some serious explaining to do because there's no way, honestly, at all, that you can even allow Tua to go out there and start this game against the Cincinnati Bengals when you have a veteran backup in Teddy Bridgewater. I mean, it makes no sense to me. Like, why? Why even do this sort of stuff? There's his fingers getting fenced up, as you can see. Like, that's like the neurons firing in your brain on all cylinders, and it's just sending electrical signal after electrical signal after electrical signal. And you can see here, it's not good. Like, if I'm Mike McDaniel, I would have started Teddy Bridgewater in that game. I would not have started Tua Tagovailoa. There would have been no chance that I would have started him. It's bad, man. It's horrible to see this kid go through something like that. I mean, it's wrong, man. It's honestly wrong. And Mike McDaniel, I mean, I know that, he had to go through tests and everything for the concussion protocol, but there's something about the concussion protocol that needs to be changed, honestly. I mean, it is so bad. Like, there's no way that Tua should have been starting this game against Cincinnati. I mean, he should have been not cleared at all. I mean, I know that when the report came out about the independent neurologist, they said that he had made several grievous errors, grievous mistakes, errors or mistakes, whatever you want to call them. But there's no reason why. There's no reason. I mean, if you're gonna, I mean, you're messing around with someone's life here. Like, those hits could be like, Tua could have like severe complications and like brain complications stuff for the rest of his life. You don't know. I mean, he could have whatever they've been talking about, the CTE stuff. But it's bad. The NFL and the NFL shouldn't be hiring these independent neurologists who literally can't, do anything right. Well, not do anything right, but you know what I mean. Try and at least get a nice thing there. But it's just, I mean, you investigate the independent neurologist, and then you investigate the Dolphins team physician, and they said, oh, well, he should have passed and everything. No, he shouldn't have. And Mike McDaniel knows this. Like, he saw him in week 3 get thrown down to the ground, and he comes out and then says afterwards, it's a back and ankle issue. I'm sorry, that's not a back and ankle issue. That is a head and neck injury that really Tua should not have come back to the game against the Buffalo Bills. Same can be said here, with Cincinnati. He should not have been cleared to play that game against Cincinnati. It's negligence by the Miami Dolphins. It's negligence by the independent neurologist. And it's negligence by the NFLPA and the NFL Association. It's wrong. Like, Mike McDaniel knows that he should not have started Tua. Like, go back to, Ryan Clark when he played with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Ryan Clark suffered the same kind of head injury, and he wanted to get back into the game because of his competitive spirit and fire. And Pittsburgh Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin told him, no, if you were my son, I'm not putting you back in the game. But here, Mike McDaniel had the same option because, he wanted Tua's competitiveness and fiery spirit. And instead of looking at this as, I need to have my competitive player, I need to have my star quarterback in the game, to beat the Cincinnati Bengals on the road and to have him start, that's wrong. You got to look at this as personal and actually have Tua rest for a couple weeks. I would have rather Mike McDaniel rested him. If I was Mike McDaniel, I would have rested him. And I would have started Teddy Bridgewater at quarterback against Cincinnati. It would have been much better off. I wouldn't have had an issue with Tua being benched for the game against Cincinnati. But ultimately, it was Mike McDaniel's decision. Mike McDaniel wanted Tua to start. And that's wrong. I mean, you're putting someone's life in danger. I mean, it's absurdly wrong. I know you guys are gonna tell me that, look, it's his first season as the head coach of the Miami Dolphins. He's 3-1 on the year. You couldn't have predicted that this would have happened. I mean, it's absurd what you go through. I mean, it's wrong, it's absurd, and it's uncalled for, and it's just not right. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about this whole NFL situation. I do think that Mike McDaniel should have used a little more caution in here instead of, let's just go in and try to basically not wreck Tua's life, but basically just, I'm going to start my star quarterback in place of my replacement who's got NFL experience as a logical choice. Anyway, but enough of me. Let me know what you guys think about down in the comments about this whole situation. I do think that Tua is going to be out for the foreseeable future. I don't know how many games it's going to be. It depends on how long it takes him to pass concussion protocol. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Whether you think the NFLPA and the NFL made some bad decisions, or not bad decisions, but you know what I mean. If you think the independent neurologist made some wrong decisions, and should the independent neurologist be blamed for what happened to Tua, or should it be the Miami Dolphins' fault, the Miami staff's fault for even allowing him to play this game? Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments, and yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next vid. All right, and anyway, see ya.